Here's a simple car with two motors. This video will show you how to control these motors using the GoGo board. First, since these are simple motors, which are typically called DC motors, we will connect them to two of the four output ports of the GoGo board. Then, we will connect the GoGo board to a power source using a USB-C cable. Next, we will toggle the on switch to power things up. There are a few ways to control the motors. First is done by using the built-in color screen. Use the navigation joystick to browse through the different pages available on the screen. In this case, we want to go to the motor control page. You turn on motors by first selecting the output ports you want. In this case, ports 1 and 2. Then move the cursor to select on. You'll see that both motors will turn. If you put the car on the table, it will move. You can press the off button to turn them off. Using the web application. Another way to achieve the same result is to use the web application running on a computer or a tablet. In the case of a computer, you can connect to the GoGo board using a USB-C cable. Open a web browser and go to code.gogoboard.org. After setting a few things up, you will see the main control screen. Here, you will see a panel to control output ports, which works exactly the same way as the built-in interface on the GoGo board's screen. If you are using a tablet, you can connect over Wi-Fi. To do this, you first have to connect the GoGo board to your Wi-Fi network. Information about how this is done can be found in the documentation. Once this is done, open the Connect screen on your tablet and enter the 8-digit code found on the GoGo board menu and press Connect. Now you can control the GoGo board from anywhere in the world. Motor direction and power. As you probably know, motors can turn both ways. The GoGo board's output ports have built-in capability to choose the motor direction. Let's say I want to make each motor on this car turn in different directions. I can do this by selecting and assigning the directions for the output ports individually. Now, when I turn on both motors, the car will spin. Notice that each direction has a designated color, green and red. There are color LEDs next to each output port on the GoGo board. These colors are also shown in the interface. This offers a simple way to talk about motor direction and a way to debug when things don't work the way you think they should. Each output also has power levels from 0 to 100. Let's say I decrease the power level to 25. The car will move much slower. Sensor inputs. Let's say we want this robot car to stop every time it is about to fall off the edge of a table. A sensible thing to do, right? I can use an infrared sensor to determine where to stop. Because I'm pointing the sensor downwards, it knows whether or not there is a table there. The GoGo board is compatible with a wide variety of Grove sensors from Seed Studio, which are becoming very popular. For this infrared sensor, I will plug it into one of the 4 sensor input ports. Then I can start looking at the values I'm getting using the built-in screen. You'll notice that the sensor values are color-coded. The color changes from green to yellow and red as the sensor value increases. There are color LEDs on each input port that displays this color as well, allowing you to easily determine the behavior of any sensor. For this particular sensor, when the sensor is on the table, the color is yellow, and when it goes off the table, the color is green. Programming. In order to create a behavior where the car knows to stop when it is about to fall off the table, we need to write a computer program. The GoGo board comes with a programming language based on Logo, which was invented at MIT. A program is usually done by dragging command blocks. In this case, we will use this simple program, which starts the motor and then checks for a green value in a loop. If green is found, then it stops the motors. When you are happy with your code, you press the download button, which stores the program on the GoGo board. To run this program, simply press the Run button in the app, or press the physical Go button on the GoGo board. Now, the car stops just before falling off the table. Saving, sharing, and extracting code. The GoGo board web application allows you to save your code on the cloud. First, you will have to log in using the supported providers such as Google, Facebook, and Microsoft. Note that if your school or institution uses these providers, you should be able to log in using your institution account. Once logged in, you can save your code online. You can also make your code publicly available by pressing the Share button. A shareable URL will be generated for that code. Lastly, you can extract code from the GoGo board as well. This can be very useful if you or someone loses or forgets which code is being used on a particular board. In summary, we have shown you how to control motors using the built-in screen, the app on the computer, or a tablet. We also showed direction control and power control. We showed you how to use basic sensors and how to do simple programming. I hope you find it useful. We'll see you next time.